Hello and welcome to a video talking about this year's Brave Easter 2021 Hero Selector Tickets. That's right, this Easter season has a Hero Selector Ticket for Brave Frontier. And there's a lot to talk about, so let's just get right on into it, shall we? First off, let's talk about 5 units you should not go for. Bonnie, Aubrey, Eddie, Vicky, and Carol. You don't want to go for these units simply because they're in every summon pool, and they're uncommon at the rarest, so you're not going to get them no matter what sort of summon you're going to do, because they're everywhere, basically. The 2 units from here that are probably the better ones to go for, if you were to go for any of them, are Bonnie and Aubrey, because they both provide good supports, just in general, but more so specifically for their elements, seeing as they get the elemental buffs for, well, their respective elements. So Bonnie provides a lot of spark buffs, Aubrey provides just a lot of generic buffs in general, OD gauge fill, heal, BB boost, all that fun stuff. So good support units, but still not the great units from this Hero Selector Ticket. And everyone else, Eddie is good for extra action, but you're again not going to get her from just any summon gate in general, so better not to use your ticket for any of these 5 units. Moving on, we have 2 units, Marianne and Cotton. They are both free units from previous years. Cotton, I believe if you just summon Cotton from the Hero Selector tickets, it comes as an Omni. Marianne is Omni from the get-go, so you don't have to worry about evolving either one of them. And Cotton, well, Cotton does have a 7-star form. You can only evolve one of the 7-star forms just in general, because the material for it you get from completing a Season's Pass dungeon. By the way, they're not super great units to be honest, and you would really only go for these if you didn't get them from the daily summon tickets, or if you didn't play it from the previous years. So if you just want to flex and you have everyone else from the summoning tickets, sure, go for one of these 2. Why not? I can't stop you. But getting into the good units, we have, starting off, Jaipaya. Jaipaya is a good support unit just in general. She is a mitigating unit. She has 50% damage reduction for 3 turns, I believe, on her BB and SBB. On her extra skill, she has BC cost reduction and a 10% chance of reducing damage to 1 for all allies. Both of those are for all allies, so just having her on the squad is just decent in general. On her SPB, she also has OD gauge fill, which is super good. Means you can spam your UBBs often. On her UBB, she has revive, OD gauge fill, and mitigation, so it's a good support as UBB in general. On top of the fact that with enhancements, it can also have LS, ES lock, and DOT purge for all allies added to UBB. So she becomes a really good support unit in general with her UBB, her SBB, and just being a mitigation unit in general. She also has DBBs with Asha and Suizan. She's low on this list because Earth doesn't have a good, it doesn't have a phenomenal lead. There are good leads for Earth, but there are no phenomenal leads like what we have with Thunder and Light with Leva and Phaedra respectively. So Jaipaya just kind of, on top of the mitigation fact with Jaipaya being widely available with units you're probably going to use on your squad anyway, like Osiris and Sunkissed Tillith. Both of them have mitigation that can be added to their SBB. Jaipaya just becomes a little bit outclassed by nuking units for mitigation and for just in general not being a super great units because of just Earth not being amazing. If you need her for what she provides, definitely pick her up. She's in the real. The rest of these units are in the rare pool, so they're worth picking up just for that fact alone. But Jaipaya, in my opinion, out of these last 5 is the weakest to recommend. Very pretty artwork though. I really like Jaipaya. Moving on next, we have Gwell. Gwell is a good leader unit for Dark, having both EWD and BB Gauge Fill and Spark. I bring up BB Gauge Fill and Spark for Gwell specifically because Dark is kind of lacking in BB Gauge Fill and Spark. Yeah, sure, Vohu has it on SBB, Caverin provides it on ES, and Noxa has it on BB, but Vohu, 1, is a limited unit, so you can't get him all the time, even if he does have good nuking potential. Cadrin isn't really a nuking unit, she's more support. She only has a double attacking SBB. And Noxa, you don't want to use her BB, you want to be using her SBB. So having to sacrifice her SBB for using her BB so you get that Braver's Gauge boost on Spark just becomes a little suboptimal, if you will. So having Gwell as a lead for, just really good elemental damage boost and BB Gauge on Fill, BB Gauge Fill on Spark is just really nice as a lead. So I can highly recommend Gwell for that reason alone. On top of the fact that they also have Recast, Revive, a chance for Recast, a chance to Revive, and EWD boost on SBB, which means that Gwell completes Master of the Hunt, and Gwell's SBB is a triple attacking with 2 single targets, making them really good for RC7. Moth being Master of the Hunt, for those who don't know. Master of the Hunt has an 8% chance for Recast, with Gwell's 25% chance on SBB that adds together for an effective 105% chance for Recast, basically guaranteeing it. Granted, yes, Noxa, which is going to be your main nuking unit for Dark, if you don't have some of the more limited edition units, will complete Moth as well. So will Vohu if you have Vohu, but Gwell still having EWD and a chance for Revive is still pretty nice on SBB. On UBB, Gwell's UBB is just fantastic. They've got EWD, Crit, BB on Spark, Revive, and Recast. 5 really great buffs on UBB. So Gwell is a pretty great unit in general. Yeah, I can definitely recommend Gwell. Are they the best lead for Dark? Not really, in my opinion. There are better leads out there, but Gwell is good if you don't have some of the better leads out there like Luro. And that about does it for Gwell. Moving on to Teresa. Teresa is a nuking unit for Earth, and she sits comfortably at top 3 because she's an Earth unit. Earth units, again, don't have a phenomenal lead quite yet, so I can't recommend Teresa as much. However, Teresa is part of the batch of 6 units that have 5 DBBs each. So Teresa has a lot of utility just from that alone. Plus, being a good nuking unit is really good. Granted, she is outclassed by Sasha and Sunkist Tillith, but a nuking unit is a nuking unit, and having utility is super nice, especially seeing as one of those DBBs is Quagmire, which is good help for clearing Ultimate Bunny, one of the event quests going on at the present moment, until, the Wednesday after this video goes out. So, Quagmire is pretty useful for that. And on SPB, she has EWD boost and crit boost, which is super nice for just getting more damage. Her SPB is a triple combo with 2 AoEs, so lots of damage going around for all enemies. Up next is a tie for the number 1 slots, starting off with Gilbert, who winds up being a decent need for Thunder, having EWD added to his LS through enhancements. He is a nuking unit and a mitigation unit in one, which is great, because you can still nuke and not have to worry about mitigation because you have it on your nuking unit. That is great! I love it when nuking units have mitigation. Mary is great, Sunkist Tillith is great for that, so Gilbert is automatically great for being a nuking unit and having mitigation. Gilbert, again, is part of that batch of 6 units with 5 DBBs each. One of those DBBs Gilbert has is Cyclone, which is a bit of a limited DBB, to be honest. Cyclone is a DBB that's limited to pretty much units in the rare pool, or collaboration units, or units that were available only for a limited time. Such as Deimos was a limited unit. You cannot get Omni Deimos at the moment. Legato was a collaboration unit. And then you have, Miriam and Evie, Set and Ma'at, Gilbert and Vanessa. So yeah, like a lot of the Cyclone units are limited to either rare or limited time only. So the fact that you can get one of the a Cyclone unit from this Hero Selector Ticket is really great. I highly recommend Gilbert. And at the number 1 slot, again tied for number 1, is Vanessa. She is a decent Dark lead, having Dark Elemental Weakness damage added to her LS through enhancements. She is a nuking unit with a triple attacking combo with 2 AoEs. so she's going to be doing a lot of damage for Dark in general. She has all the crit buffs, so if you need, so have her on your squad, bam, you're good for crit. You can cap all the crit buffs. Don't worry about crit with her. And she is the second partner for Gilbert. So yes, part of that batch that has 5 DBBs. She has second with Gilbert, so if you have Gilbert, go for Vanessa. If you have Vanessa, go for Gilbert. That's TLDR for this. TLDR for this video is go for one of those two. If not, just work your way back through the video. So yeah, top 5 is Jaipaya, Gil, Teresa, Gilbert, Vanessa. And that about does it. If you have any more questions about what units you get, about what the units do, definitely go check them out on the wiki. That's how I learn a lot about the units. Or you can ask in the comments down below. If you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, leave a like down below. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. If you want to be notified on when the content goes out, hit that bell button. And in the description down below, we have a link to our Twitter and Discord page, where you can join our Discord server and talk about Brave Frontier, get help, and just, you know, enjoy the game. And with that, thank you once again for visiting the Grand Guide Library. See you guys next time. Bye!